Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's take another look here at SUI, see what's going on. 472 at this point here, came as low as about this 445 mark. We're still maintaining above the 50-day SMA. I think we're in pretty good shape here for SUI still. However, we got to recognize that we did establish a lower low. If we can't establish a higher high, we're probably going back down again. Okay, so again, typical SUI recovering very strong, very well in light of Bitcoin overall struggling. It's usually the first coin to take off when others kind of hang out on the sidelines. So great stuff here. How much higher could it go? Well, truth is we have a resistance level at 485. It's proven to be a pretty strong area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost 10 attempts at that level, okay, to break that level, and it still hasn't closed above. So just reinforcing that resistance. But again, the more often you test something, the more like it is to break. So we'll talk a little bit about the back end liquidation data, and then just kind of talk a little bit about support levels too, just to ensure if things with the Fed meeting today don't go as planned, where are we going to want to average into our position, okay? Because again, in case you didn't know, in approximately 45 minutes from this recording, which by the time you watch this, I'm sure it'll probably be after the fact, Fed meeting is due today. It hasn't happened yet. And just know that things get a little on the volatile side when that happens, and I generally recommend do not trade into this event. So just a quick heads up, I mentioned that in our community here. No trades or low leverage trades if you plan to trade today. We did secure some nice profits on AVAX shorts and a Solana long. So that was a good little profitable day for us yesterday. But so far today, just kind of hanging out on the sidelines. There's no use forcing trades on ideas like today. Okay. Having said that, though, look in the back-end data here, we can recognize 435 as low as 420 is that next area of concentration for liquidation. So if we do see a candle wick down, it would make sense that 420 is a rough estimate of a support level there. And I'm only surmising that because support levels are based on a lot of confluence, right? A lot of places where price action holds and doesn't pass. So we've seen that level has been pretty good support in the past, but liquidation is in that area, in that range now, because people feel confident that that's not going to be hit yet, right? And it's also just a lot of high leverage idiots too, trying to basically giving food for thought for the whales to move the price action back down. Either way you look at it, I'm just that's a little sidebar there. What I want to talk about here, just really quick here before we move on to the charts, is just the liquidation delta being fairly high to the downside. This doesn't mean it's just going to go up instantly because of it. It just implies there's a lot more people taking shorts right now than longs. So you got to recognize that too. People are shorting SUI more than they're taking longs. So oftentimes you want to go with the trend if you're going to be trading and make sure that you're working with the grain instead of against it. I talk about that a lot. So if you are new to the channel, obviously welcome. But I'm not going to ever recommend you take a trade in spite of a trend. Okay, trends are your friends, and they're going to be a trend until they aren't, right? Either way, at this point here, 465 is the most amount of open interest in the last 7 days. Pretty obvious line there where people are just averaging the most at 465. So with us being above that, that's tentative support. Roughly, that's kind of how that works. Either way, let's go ahead and look at the daily time frame and just recognize still very bullish here. We're starting to lose momentum as per usual. This is a very common occurrence with coins at plateau like we're seeing here so far, where stochastic starts to pull back, money flow index starts to decrease because it's averaging out the last 14 trading days, which roughly is the last 2 weeks. And we've seen more, it just basically we're starting to see a taper off. And that really just implies that people are starting to sell a little bit more because we're stuck in this range, right? Same thing here with the MACD, trying to diverge, but hasn't yet. So there's nothing here telling us we're going to come down or we're due to correct. But it is telling us, obviously, that we're starting to slow down. And if we don't break out soon, we will see the price start to pull back. That's why it's important when you look at these larger timeframes to identify, certain supports and resistance levels, and just recognize that, if you don't, you got to make or break at some point, right? So I mean, at this current level, I mean, we could even, extract that, we're in a bullish type of rectangle pattern, which is very accurate. In a lot of cases, you'll see price action work its way into a channel and then continue higher if it derived from the downside, which it has. So I think the more we continue to retest this level at 45, the more like it is to break. So am I telling you to blindly take a long position right now? No, but in general, you're still going to probably find more luck taking longs than shorts. We're still over the 50-day SMA on the 4-hour, testing the 20-day SMA as we speak. We got our local point of control at 471. That's right where the price action's at. And if we take a look at the RSI, we're back up over 50, implying that you don't want to short into that, okay? You only really want to short if you get a rejection at 50 on the RSI, and there's other confirming factors like being below the 50-day or 20-day SMA, which we don't have that. So it doesn't make a ton of sense to short right now. MACD and stochastic are both implying that we could see further upside. So from a momentum standpoint, that's pretty good. However, we got this conflict here on the hourly, letting us know that we haven't truly broken free from this little descending trend. This, in combination with the Fed meeting coming up here in just an hour or so, I really don't like the idea or the concept of taking a trade into a resistance. Again, we've got this local point of control, 470/465. If we look at our open interest, we're kind of right in that range. We're below the cloud. We lost our ascending trend line. Even though we're above some good moving average in the 4-hour time frame, this is kind of hinting the fact that we're due to continue potentially lower. Okay, so me personally, I don't like taking trades into this. I really just want to wait on the sidelines until things look a little bit better. And again, that does include missing out on some opportunities too, folks. That's just what it's going to boil down to if you're ever going to be a patient trader. But me personally, I might take a trade every other day or so, and I'm perfectly fine with those results because statistically, we're going to have about an 80% success rate for those trades. Again, that's not a gloat. That's just simply reinforcing the fact that being patient as a trader is extremely important. And right now, FOMOing into a long close to the top that has proven to be a strong resistance doesn't make a ton of sense. What would make sense is for that 485 to be a bullish backtest. So hypothetically, the price continues higher and we see the price consolidate here. That's when you want to take a long because then you have confirmation that resistance has been broken. We're not there yet. All right, so again, we're range bound, for lack of better terms here, between 440 and 485. Until either of those two ranges are broken, we're probably just going to continue to see this up and down behavior. All right, I hope you learned something today. Make sure you check us out over at Twitter, Telegram, and Discord if you want updated playout charts. I'll go ahead and post a new one here shortly. And then obviously we got a nice deposit bonus for Bitunix 2 this month. Check them out. Link down below. They're pretty awesome. Other than that, we got a lot of new members coming over to our community. I just want to recommend that you read through our signals guide just so you understand kind of how my trades are structured and how to maximize your benefit there. And obviously, look forward to working with you. Watch our university videos too, folks. Some people are part of our community and haven't even looked at those yet. It's a very valuable part of being a good trader. Is just kind of learn some foundational benefits there. Okay, that's all I got. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you the next one. Take care.